In this lesson, we're going to continue building the name class. This time we're going to add a couple of methods to the definition that allow us to display a name once the name has been entered in using the constructor. The first method we're going to look at for doing that, well, first of all, let me say that I have started a new program called name1.py and simply copied the contents of name.py into name1. So the first method we're going to look at is a special method that's commonly called a toString method. And the toString method allows us to examine the current state of a class object, or at least display the current state of a class object. So the way we write this method is we start out with two double underscores followed by the letters str followed by two more underscores. And then its only parameter will be self so that we can refer to the current instance. And again, what this method does is it will display the current state of an object. So what we want to do is we want to return the fields that make up the name class. So we're going to write return self first plus a space plus self middle plus a space plus self last. So the way the toString method works is that when we want to display a name, we can simply write print, in this case a name is the name that we've created, and that will display Mary Elizabeth Smith. Let me show you how that works. We'll save it. Let's clear the screen here, and we'll type name1.py, and you'll see Mary Elizabeth Smith comes up on the screen. And of course, I could have put a little prompt before that, something like that, if I'd wanted to. Let's just show how that'll look. Made one little mistake, left out the string function. Now we'll try it again. There we go. So the toString method, or just string, can be used to display the current state of the object. Now for a name, we might also want to, besides displaying the name first, middle, last, we might also want to create our own method, and we'll call it last first. And what it's going to do is it's going to return the last name, followed by a comma, followed by the first name, followed by a space, followed by the middle name, like so. And the way we would call that method is we'd say a name dot last first. So let's save our program, go back to our command prompt, run name1. And so there we see the last name first as being Smith, comma, Mary Elizabeth. Let's try one more example. We might want to display the initials of a name. So to do that, we would say return self first sub 0 plus self dot middle sub 0 plus self last sub 0. And here we can say print a name dot initials, just like so. Back to our command prompt, run name1.py, and there we see the initials MES. So what we've learned in this lesson is how to create methods that give us access to the data stored in a class and let us return that data in some way. And with that, we're ready to move to the next lesson, where we're going to create a new class that's going to be a bit more complex, because I'm going to show you how to use a data structure as a field so that we can store a set of data in a field rather than just a single value like we've done here with first, middle, and last. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a student object, and that student object will contain not only the student's name and their ID number, but also a list of grades for the courses that they take. And we're going to see how to do that in the next lesson.